welcome to another Lumion 8 live stream tutorial. And in this tutorial we're going to cover the new Timewarp effect that came out with Lumion 8. So this is another utility that Lumion has come out with, and I'm sure a lot of people asked for. We have all these animated characters in Lumion, which are awesome, but sometimes it's hard to control them for our animation. Sometimes they do something at just the wrong time in our animations, and it's really hard to fix. And so Lumion's added this utility to just be able to override and manipulate these people and even imported animated objects, so that they're in the exact right position during the animation. So let's take a look at this. Here we are in an example scene. And one of the easiest examples I'm sure you've experienced is the birds. Sometimes you put the birds up in there. We'll do the seagulls. Stick them up in the sky. And you know, there's their origin, but they fly everywhere, which is that's their point of them. But sometimes you want them in the animation and they just don't seem to show up at the right time, or you maybe even see them fly right through the ground just because you didn't place them correctly, or into the building. But otherwise they're perfect in another shot. And so this is one example we can take a look at right now. And I have another one too I want to show off. So let's create a quick animation here where we're looking up at this building. And then we see the birds. Let's make sure we get enough time in here. So the effect is located in the Scene and Animation tab here. And you'll see it's Timewarp. Just kind of explaining right there how we can manipulate what point in time their default animations are at. So these birds were made by, imported and put in there by Lumion. They were given a specific path, and they, if you watch them, they follow that same animation path in a loop. So what this does is it lets us control where in the loop that object happens to be. In this case, it's the bird. And we have two sliders here. One's for imported objects, which I'll talk about more. And this one's for animated people and animals, which is relevant right now. So it's at 0 seconds right now. We can go backwards and forwards. So say we want to open this shot with the birds, right here, that bird right there. Then it's playing from that low, and then we're like, oh, we don't want it from there. We can slide it around and get it. So there's almost, can't quite get no birds in here, but I think you guys get the idea here. We just kind of have more control. There's no keyframe or anything to speed them up or anything, but we're controlling exactly where they are in that animation. And let's take a look at another example. The birds are just one that I've noticed all the time, and there he is right there. This guy is awesome. He looks good for one of the 3D models. He's one of the better animated ones, but the problem is, so usually when we put a guy idle there, they just stand there, which is fine. But what this guy actually does is he walks around. In fact, here he is. He's walking through furniture. So I've found this many times where I put him in by a wall or something, and lo and behold, in my animation, he happens to be, just because I didn't realize it, he ends up walking into the wall or outside glass. I've seen him do that. There he goes right there. So now we have more control over where we see that. So I'm going to create a nice long animation here. And you'll see the same idea. If we're watching right here, you know what, let's do this. I have a better idea. I'm going to have a panning camera where he's only in the frame for a couple seconds. Give it a little bit of time here. So here's our camera path. Say we're just showing off the inside of this building. We happen to want to have a person there, and there he is walking into the wall. you know, we got so many other things going on. It's one of those things we don't want to have to adjust and try to figure out where exactly he's going. Now it's easy. Now with the time warp effect, we can move him to a spot where maybe he's not walking into the wall when we pass him. Looks like he's right in the wall right there. I think we're clear. I mean, I think we just barely missed it. And this is just a kind of crazy example, but I'm sure you'll find plenty of other opportunities to adjust these guys' animation just so it goes just right for your predetermined shot. If everything else is set to go and then one person's walking outside, here we go. Easy enough, full control over where they are. So easy enough, super simple. I'm going to show off something else really cool. So let's go out here. I'm going to show off an animated imported object. And this might not be the best example I have, because this one actually has a long animation. And this is a concrete boom truck that animates everything out. It's pretty slow, but as you can see, it's going. And this is, maybe it is a good example because we can control exactly where it starts now. Now there's kind of weird stuff going on here. I'm not sure what happened there. Something I have to take a look at. But you know, you see him. He's animating. He's taking his time. I have him. There it goes. This is some model we got off of Turbo Squid. Very complex. In fact, you can see the animation path here. So I probably should do speed up the animation, but in this case, let's go to movie mode. Oops. Let's head out back here, take a look at this. I'm going to get a good length animation to make sure we capture him. I'm not sure how long his total animation goes, but this will work because you can see here I'm manipulating where the starting point is. Sometimes we can bring in objects animated from another software, maybe like cars that are animated in a specific path that you've set up. This way you can make sure that they start at a certain location. It's like we want to be already done, or we want to start the animation here with him right there, instead of having to wait the whole time and time it so 30 seconds in we pass him when he's in this position we want. So I think that about covers it. Just nice utility to help make things easier, to have more control over these little nitpicky things that just always seem to pop up at the last second when we don't have time to want to worry about them. And now a possibly frustrating problem is made easier. Alright, well that about covers it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. I have more content like this coming. Please like and subscribe if you want more videos like this. I'm producing many more for Lumion 8, and I also am looking for ideas for tutorials after I cover Lumion 8's features. So please leave any suggestions in the comments, and I'll start tallying all of them up and trying to cover what you guys want to see. I'd love to share some of my tips and tricks, and even the most simple things like animating a door open, or you name it. Put it in the comments and I'll try to get a video out there pretty soon. Thanks for watching, and until next time, guys.